It's Monica Ibar Robbins coming today, and I was just gonna be sharing you about my story, right? You've heard about me um, sharing my vision of emotion art, and I just wanted to tell you where it all started from. And so I'll start when I was like 20 or something, 19. I'm gonna date myself. Like 1990 something, and I was basically living a secret life. It was kind of crazy. I was really social. Sorry, I was really social and had fun and outgoing kind of person when I was out like with my friends. And then I would come back to by myself and dive into an addictive behaviors. Um, basically, it's a long story, but I would use like eating disorders, drinking, that kind of thing. And I would just dive in as soon as I was by myself. I don't know what it was. I think I just didn't want to feel anything. Like, feeling to me was, uh, I didn't know what to do with emotions, so I just didn't want to feel them. And so I wanted to numb out, and so that's how I learned how to do it. And ironically, I think even when I was young, I would use different things to numb out because going back, when I was younger, we were like not really encouraged to share our emotions or even feel anything. As the saying goes, swept under the carpet. That's kind of what happened. So I learned that kind of survival mode, and I kept that up even in my 20s. But you know what I really, really, really wanted was to live an authentic life. I grew up Catholic, and I loved God. I believed in God, and I knew something was wrong. I knew deep within my soul that I was not living the Christian life that I wanted to, and I wanted to live vivaciously. I wanted to live fully. I wanted to be authentic with others and have a free spirit who I thought was inside of me, but I feel like I was just squelching her, her authentic self. Like I felt like someone inside of me could not come out, and so I suppose I was dealing with that. So I learned that at a young age to disassociate from any kind of negative emotions or events or something. So, but I wanted to be an example of Jesus. I wanted to live that kind of life, and I felt like I couldn't, and so I just lived this crazy cycle that was happening. The problem that was occurring, though, in my daily life was I had some kind of like what's a routine that I would like either go to work, and I could hardly wait to go back into my I always call it the secret world because a lot of people didn't know about it. Was I would go to work, be happy, be involved, whatever, and then dive back in as soon as I was alone. Even in my car, I would just, do destructive behaviors. And anytime I was by myself, it was my own little secret. Nobody knew. And I could disassociate from all my issues that happened during the day. But the problem was, it was like I was at work and I was already thinking about it. Like I was not in the moment. Even with my friends, I was not in the moment. And I knew it was getting worse and worse. So I thought, uh-oh, there's a wall. This is not good. And then out of all that madness, it was crazy. I actually went to I attended a therapy session, super intense, very, it goes deep down, like in a meditative, almost hypnotic state. And it was pretty lengthy, probably like 45 minutes or so. And then all these emotions were popping up. Like I had all these vivid images, these intense emotions throughout, like which I had never ever experienced. I never allowed myself, but I knew I had to do something. And so I did go through that. And when I came out of it, I had all these emotions I didn't know what to do with. And my friend said, "Why don't you draw it?" And I thought, okay. So I closed the door, and I honestly didn't really trust my artistic skills at that point. And so I got a poster board I had on my wall, and I turned it over because it was like a blank canvas, and I used a black pen. And it was the weirdest, like, surreal energy that occurred. It was like I just just put all my emotions on that piece of board. What felt like a long time, I just drew and I just put crayons on there. I didn't even have any art stuff. Like, I just used what I had, like red markers, whatever. And then it was crazy. I kind of almost came out of it, whatever I experienced, and I looked down at the paper, the poster board, and I was just like, what is that? I was stunned. It was just like dark images, like fire and dark images, sadness, crying eyes. And oh, I forgot to say too, is I didn't know how to really draw, so I took images like out of magazines before to give me some ideas, because I didn't know how to really even draw an eyeball or whatever. So I just used magazines to like inspire me or like give me some direction on even how to draw. But it was weird. It was like almost like, I kid you not, I want to say God for sure. He guided my hand. He let me just draw those emotions that were so deep inside of me that came out. And I was just like, what is that? It was terrifying. I was like, those emotions are inside of me? What? And so anyways, it was crazy. So I was exhausted after that, and ironically, I kept drawing. It was just like I knew all these emotions were inside of me, and I just kept the same thing. And I actually did eventually buy an art board, and I bought some chalk and things like that, because I was actually feeling, that's the biggest thing, what emotions were coming out of me, which have been stored for years inside this vessel of mine. So, but the problem was, it was weird. It was almost like I was getting, I want to say, addicted to the dark images. I was going, oh, that's kind of cool. Ooh, I felt that. That's kind of cool too. So I was almost feeding off of the darkness. I don't know how to explain it, but it was almost proud that I felt that pain, proud that I was in that pain. So that wasn't good either. And I thought, uh-oh, I'm happy that the emotions were coming out. And I did have some therapy in there too, and that brought out more emotions. And I did start to go to church, so that was good. And I started to believe back in God and reignite that belief that God is the one. He's the one that takes care of all of us, right? So anyways, but I had to get out of that cycle. And how did I do that? So anyways, I did go back to those dark images from way back when, like even from the first ones that I ever started. And it was weird. I had written really dark words that connected to those drawings. And so it was almost like I responded to that person in pain. So I don't know how to explain this, but I had written like, I am in the depths of the darkness, blah, blah. And so what I did is I used God's inspiration to respond to that person that was hurt. And so once again, he guided my words of how to respond to that hurt me. And so a paragraph of pain, and then a paragraph from God inspiration. And so, interesting enough, after I wrote that response is when I felt relief. It was just like, woo. So whenever I see that image, it's not sad, it's not painful, it's more like, wow, I went through that, and God is in my life now, and he helps me through that, and so he doesn't want me to be in that sorrow anymore. So to me, that was just like, wow, that's where it needed to go. So now I'm super excited is that I put all, like, 32 images together with my writings, my dark writings, and then my writings from God. And what? I have a book. I'm so excited. So, and the publisher is Christian Faith Publishing. Hello, that is so cool. So, anyways, I just wanted to say that's my huge project right now, and I'm really excited, and I know it's just the beginning. So, yay, transformation, yay for the journey of life, right? I know there's a lot more I have to learn and a lot more I'm going to go through, but I want to share this with you because life is amazing, the journey is amazing, and I want to share what I've learned and how God has inspired me and how other people have inspired me to keep going, and life is amazing. So I hope you enjoyed that, and welcome to my world.